All right, so today's episode, we're going to do some trivia. So we were supposed to do this last week, but Craig had an emergency and wasn't able to make it.
It was an emergency.
So today's trivia.
All right, so I'll do some trivia at the end.
We're going to give away this, which, by the way, this case knife is probably worth $75-$80. And then Sammy sit down another hoodie.
Priceless.
So if you don't know Sammy, you need to go follow him on the old Instagram and Facebook. Bull Python.
I like that.
So
There he is right there.
oh yeah, it's right there.
Right there.
So anyway,
Look at the front.
Sammy is a sponsor for us
And a good friend.
and a good friend. So if you want a chance to win this, stay tuned today.
And I cannot ensure that you will look as good in it as I do.
We're about to pull some eggs. So
Egg day?
yeah, and crazy part about pulling these eggs, this female is an F1. So she is the first generation off of a wild caught,
Oh, okay.
and she is not exactly the most friendly ball python that I have. So
So I need to put my helmet on. And my
could get a
gloves.
little interesting. So
There could be blood.
might be blood involved in this one, but we're gonna put this up and grab her tub. Let's check out how many eggs she got.
She's already feisty.
All right, so this is well. First of all, what do y'all think about these?
Yeah, what do you think of these?
These are
Can you hear us better?
dead rats. So
You should be able to hear that.
we spent some jack on these things.
Or this. You should be able to hear that too. Sorry if any of y'all have to go to the bathroom now. I apologize.
Craig is
I'm having too much fun with it.
fun with it. So, all right. So what this is this is an Arroyo, or what we thought was an Arroyo, and she is a first generation off of a wild caught Arroyo.
Okay.
The pairing that made this was a Arroyo wild caught to a Arroyo. So there is a chance that she is the Rio, which is the Super Arroyo.
Okay.
This would be like her fourth clutch with us, maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
And to the best of my knowledge, everything she has produced has been an Arroyo. So I'm really leaning more towards her being the Super, which is considered the Rio. I'm just not very well versed in this gene, so this is something I'm still learning, even though this is multiple clutches.
Right.
The first couple of clutches that we got from her, we thought they were really unusual, but didn't even really know what Arroyo was at the time, and we're talking 7 or 8 years ago at this point. So I really didn't even sell those babies as Arroyos, even though I thought they might have been. I didn't sell them as Arroyo. So one particular year, I think 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, we bred her to a fire yellow belly Cypress male, and made some outstanding Cypress Arroyo stuff. So maybe some of y'all might have gotten some of those or remember some of those, but yeah, that was a fantastic clutch. But again, everything in that clutch looked Arroyo. So I'm really leaning towards her being a Rio. I'll try to get her out here in a second and let you get an overall look at her. Mm-hmm. She is not happy. Even when she doesn't have eggs, she is just not a very happy camper.
It's because she's a Gen 1.
And I do think a lot of that is because she's a first generation off of a wild caught animal. So
she's ready to get you.
Yeah, she is. She's always like this. This is nothing new for her. Acts more like a blood python than she does a ball. So what do you do? I mean, how do you pull these eggs without getting tore up?
We can go with the method of taking your hat off and throwing it over. You can use the paper towel method. You can just stick your hand in there. There's multiple ways. You could use a hook. I mean, there's multiple ways.
So
how would you like to do it?
I normally don't do anything. I just reach in there and grab them. If they bite, they bite. But I know this girl's gonna bite. Like there's no doubt about She will bite you just cleaning.
So should I just stick my face in there?
I know she's going to bite. She's already tried to bite me twice already, and I haven't even stuck my hand in there.
She's sizing you up.
Since I always wear a hat, I tend to like doing the hat trick. So y'all are going to see something that you don't normally see from me, and that is using my hat as a defense mechanism. See, she's already striking.
She's already feisty now, and then she just calms down. Just that easy. So now, oh, she's still fat. Look at her. There you go.
All right, so let's.
I got you.
You gonna pull them?
I got them.
Okay.
Just make it easy for you. I got all of them without them falling.
Yep.
We'll
just get this tub out of the way.
And we've already sanitized this little tabletop right here.
So I want y'all to look at her. So 100% this is an Arroyo.
Mm-hmm.
And what Arroyo is actually, Cassie, you better be careful there.
She won't get popped.
See?
That's called a double tap.
So what Arroyo is it was a gene founded by Dan Wolf, and it is known for having these boulders. That's what he called them, is boulders.
Okay.
Kind of these things along the dorsal. So I've seen some Rios. This girl doesn't typically or look like the typical Rio. However, y'all are really wanting me to see me get bit today, don't you?
It'll be all right.
I'm trying to get her stretched out. She doesn't look like the typical Rio. However, she doesn't look like the typical Arroyo either. So I'm a little bit unsure, and we'll see. So part of the reason that I use this pairing was hoping we'll have a little bit more of an idea as to what she is.
Okay.
So the sire to this clutch, you want to take a guess?
Normal.
No.
No?
Although that would be a good one.
That would be a good one. That's why you keep your normals. Pastel.
No, but also a good one.
A pinstripe.
No.
That would be an awful one. I don't know. A blackhead.
Getting close.
What was it, Tony?
All right, so we've done a super blackhead leopard het dreamsicle. So we're not using the het dreamsicle part of that for this, but we are using super blackhead. So we know that everything in this clutch is going to be blackhead, and then some leopards, which should be easy to tell.
Right.
So if this is an Arroyo, if this is a Rio,
then it'll show up as an Arroyo.
Then everything in this clutch should also be an Arroyo.
That makes sense.
And everything's going to be blackhead. So potentially this clutch could be all blackhead Arroyos, and some of them will have leopard.
That makes perfect sense.
So I've never personally seen a blackhead Arroyo, but I've heard that they look really cool. So, I can't be the blackhead king if I don't try to make everything in blackhead.
That's right.
Anyway, so let me get her into a new tub.
And we'll get an egg box set up for this.
And then we'll get an egg box set up for this and see how many we got here. So, all right. So this will be a little bit more relaxing now that she's
in her spa day.
In her new tub. All right. So simple setup. I've been doing this for, God, how long have I been doing this?
A while.
A long time. Cocoa, and I just wet the cocoa, put a light diffuser in here, and then put the eggs in here. So what next step is going to be to candle these bad boys. So how many have we got? Craig counting them up here. So we got 10 eggs. Let's kill the lights and candle them. All right, they all look good to me. So, I get asked a good bit about whether or not to separate the eggs or do I leave them whole. I personally like to just leave them as they are laid.
That's how I am.
So, is it a bad thing to pull the eggs apart and, separate them?
I mean, I see people doing it.
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but there is a cost or a gamble involved in pulling the eggs apart.
Okay.
So if you pull these eggs apart, you are taking a risk of tearing.
That's right.
You can fix and tear sometimes. I have fixed a tear in an egg and it survived. I have also tried to fix a tear and it not survive.
Mm-hmm.
So you run a risk by tearing the eggs apart. When these eggs are formed and they touch together like this, they don't always want to pull apart.
They make a bond.
They do make a bond. This is Mother Nature's way of keeping these eggs intact. Also, and I'm sorry, I'm just not a scientist.
You're good.
But there's a fluid that the mom passes with the egg and makes them sticky.
Booty juice.
Whatever you want to call it. But that fluid allows these eggs to stick. And sometimes if that fluid is not on this egg, but it is on this egg, and it touches like this, sometimes that fluid is only stuck to this side. This egg didn't get it. And when you pull this egg away, that egg is actually exposed because there was no fluid there, and it will actually cause a tear.
So it's the same. It's the same as with chickens. With
It's like a coating.
Yeah. So with chickens, we can keep our chicken eggs on the counter as long as we don't wash them.
As long as you don't wash
because they still have that membrane around.
Exactly.
And I'm not sure what it is, but once you refrigerate it, then you refrigerate it. Once you wash it, then they'll go bad quick. Because, I mean, they're designed to have this chemical on them in order for them to do what we're making them do.
Right.
So
exactly. So I don't like pulling my eggs apart if they look good.
Okay.
All these eggs look really good. The veins look real bright. Everything looked like it was up high.
Right.
As far as the veins on the eggs, I don't see there's no logical reason for me to pull these eggs apart.
I mean,
It's just not worth the gamble.
it's aesthetic, or if that's how your tray are, if you have them fancy trays.
Yeah, you do the fancy
If
tray.
you do that, that's fine.
So I'm not going to pull these eggs apart. I was pretty
Drop 'em
happy.
and lock them.
Yep. All right. So now, second question I get asked about is, do you let your eggs touch the side of your boxes
I was going to ask you that. I don't like mine to.
or the top?
I don't like mine to.
Because if
and
you look,
that's just me.
that egg is over the top of that.
Well, we can squish it.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I have done this again for many years, and I've had people tell me that I'm crazy for doing it. But let me look in the incubator real quick.
I mean, it's soft. It's not going to hurt it.
This just happens to be another clutch that was laid April the 9th.
They touching.
Look, that egg is depleted, so
It's not going to hurt it.
it's not going to hurt it. Okay, so I just wanted to make that point out that these eggs are not as delicate
As people think.
as people think they are.
Yeah.
So now this one is a little bit high, and because of that,
You can take it off.
I
if
am
you
just
want
going to pull this one off.
So there you go.
But see, I mean, that's a big risk in what I'm doing here, guys.
You can actually hear it. So if you are going to do it, take your time.
You know what? I'm going to leave it.
Because it's not coming apart as easy.
It's not
Take your time, but if you feel like it's going to tear, and you know what something feels like if it's going to tear,
Yep.
don't do it.
It's not worth me possibly risking 2 eggs or 3 eggs just to remove that egg from there. When I know 100% certain that this egg is going to be quite fine up top.
There you go. Now you get to scribble on it.
So I'm going to write the pairing down. What do we say it was?
Super
blackhead,
leopard,
leopard, double het, lavender pied, times an Arroyo, which is possible Rio, and then today is April
the 19th.
the 19th.
There you go.
Oh.
You just lost your top.
Lost my top.
So in about how many days we'll see this?
So now, how many did you say? 10? I didn't even count them.
There's 10 eggs. All good.
So, all right. So 56 days.
Check back in 56 days on them.
56 days, and hopefully we'll do, or I doubt we do a video on when they hatch.
Probably
we have
not.
some now that hatch, but we're going to
Yeah.
wait till they shed out before we show them. So, yeah. So it doesn't matter about squishing your eggs. And that's a prime example. You got to see me, and I guarantee you all 10 of these will hatch perfectly fine.
So, off topic, I just had an idea. What if snake people did things like cooking shows? Now that we got this all done up, let me just go ahead and put it in an incubator, and then,
bring out another.
I already had one I made beforehand.
Yep.
I don't think we want to wait, a month and a half, 2 months to have episodes come out.
All right, I'm going to put these in the incubator. Craig's going to think about a trivia question, and we're fixing to give something away.
There you go. Back in a few.
All right, so this is let me see the year on this. Doesn't have the year, so I'm going to look at the Tang stamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 2001.
Okay.
So this is 2001 case. The pattern is called a Stockman. This is what they call the rainbow Corlon handles.
That's pretty.
3 blades. Stainless steel, or actually, they're not stainless steel. It's surgical steel.
Is it surgical steel?
And this pattern is a 9318. So look these up online and tell me they're not worth $75 or more. So that's a high dollar case knife, giving it away to somebody.
It's a beautiful knife. What I like, Zach and I were talking about these the other day, is if you carried old pocket knives, or your dad or your grandpa, I miss the multi-blade knives, because all the knives now are just like single blades.
Well, even when I carry a pocket knife, one of them's sharp, one of them's dull.
It's because one of them's for cleaning your fingernails out and one of them's for cutting stuff.
Yep.
There you go. So this could be someone's.
All right, it's going to somebody.
Are we doing one trivia question that gets both?
Yep. One trivia question and gets both of these products.
Both of these.
So this is Sammy's hoodie is extra large.
So if you're not extra large, you'll grow into it. If you are over extra large, it'll look snug on you.
Give it to somebody else.
That's right.
So anyway, no picking size on any of the giveaway stuff. It just makes it simpler that way.
That's right.
All right, 2 items, 1 question. Shoot it to it.
What is the only reptile show I have ever been to?
Ooh. So city and company that.
Yeah.
City of where the show was
And the company that hosted it. Yeah.
Who put the show on, the host of the show. So
And it has been on.
has to be both. Has to be both.
Has to be both. And if you watch our channel or 1 or 2 other people's YouTube channels, you have seen it. So there you go.
Yep. I know the answer.
I know the answer.
Do y'all? So, all right, the way this rolls, comment the answer below. Share the video. This video, you got to share this to a social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever else is out there available. Cassie will check on that. So if you don't share and you get the right answer, then you don't win.
Yeah.
So you have to share this video, comment the right answer. You got 24 hours after this post to get your answers in.
24.
2-4.
That's it.
Deuces.